hard to say when I first decided that I was passionate about karate. I just started to love it. Just around that time of obtaining a green belt, which was at that time after yellow belt, so it was about a year, just over a year and a half or something of training, I started to just feel a pure sort of enjoyment of doing the movements. I couldn't have cared what they were for. I just loved the doing of the movements and trying to perfect them and trying to get them right. I had quite a few goals when I first started training in karate. One was to be accepted by the instructor as a valid student. The first 6 months that I was training, I was kind of condescended to and patronized quite a lot, whereas all the other men in the class were not. And of course, I was the only girl in the class, so I think they probably really didn't know how to treat me. Well, I think over time, certain things have changed within the sport. When I first started training in karate in 1969, the demographic was almost entirely adult, and it was all male. Very few women and girls were actually involved worldwide. And that was rather interesting, because the founder of what could be considered modern karate was a school teacher, and he said karate would be good for weak people like women and children. And yet that wasn't happening in reality. So if we're talking about barriers to karate through the years, what has really interested me and flabbergasted me really is the fact that over 37 years, now it's almost 40 years, I've been practicing karate, the barriers fundamentally have not changed. It's still a very similar barrier, it's just disguised as something else. One example of that is when I decided that I wanted to study the art and science of karate refereeing. It shocked the world, the karate world, because no women had ever done that before, and there was a belief at the time, and it was stated quite flatly to me, that it is not possible. Women cannot referee men. And I was like confused. I'm thinking, well, this is not Scotland in 1969, so why are people thinking like this? And I'll decide whether I can referee men or not someone else, not this man. And I was really quite shocked, because I genuinely was just interested in refereeing and being involved with the sport. And suddenly I was being told someone was putting ceilings on what I could do or not do. So I thought, nah, I'm going to show you something, my friend. And I made a statement once to here in Karate BC, actually in the province, in front of an assembly of referees, where I said it's very important for a referee to have balls. And as everyone started sniggering and laughing, and I said, I don't know why you're all sniggering and laughing, because everybody's got them. They're right in front of your face, and they're called eyeballs. And we've all got them. So there's no reason why anyone cannot choose to try to become a referee, because all you need is eyesight. So the difference between 1969 and now is that, for example, Karate BC is 35% women. And if we looked at the demographic worldwide, 75% of the membership in the World Karate Federation is under 16. And so that has completely turned karate on its upside down, because now we have to consider how to teach children, how to make it interesting for children. Women teaching children, women are teaching men, women are referees locally, provincially, nationally, internationally. Since I started refereeing at the world level in 1990, there were no female referees, and that was over a period of about 25 years. Suddenly, in 10 years, we had 7 world qualified female referees. And it's completely changed the sport. The fact that all these children and women are now fully recognized as being totally able to participate to the fullest extent has completely changed the sport. Really, I'd prefer if there wasn't such a challenge in these activities, because why should there be? I will fight when I see something that does not make sense to me, or it just seems blatantly wrong. And especially when it affects me, I will fight them, because why not? You know, someone has to do it. It might as well be me, and I seem to have the stamina for it. If I was to imagine what people might remember me for, I think they would probably remember me for stirring up an awful lot of trouble. Hopefully, I would like to imagine that when I go to my grave, that I would be remembered for making a significant contribution to the growth and development of karate, particularly for women and girls worldwide. And I was recently thrilled to receive an award from the National Karate Association of Canada called the Ross Rumble Award. Ross Rumble was the first president of the National Karate Association of Canada, and the award is given for outstanding contribution to karate in Canada, and I really appreciated that. I thought it was really nice to receive that award.